One of the birds that he featured was just a common bird, a blue jay. And he had the crest up, you know. And that little book that he did was bought by governments all over the world. One of them ended up in a museum in St. Petersburg, Russia. And there was a fellow who had seen it, named, last name was Stellar. And he got on this little voyage, a couple of ships from Russia, looking for America from the west. They wanted to claim it for Russia, for the Tsar, or really the Tsarina sent him out. I think Anna was the Tsarina. He was a naturalist. He had seen Mark Catesby's work, right? So he goes over on the ship, and the voyage is awful. But finally they see land, and they realize it's not an island. This is the continent. This is America, I think, but I'm not sure. He goes over there, says to the captain, I got to go ashore and do some collecting to prove that this is, actually America. Captain said, well, we're running low on water. There's a storm coming. You got, what, a few hours? So take a couple of people with you. And, of course, take a shotgun or whatever to get the birds a little closer to you. And get what you can and get back out here fast, or we're just going to leave you. Now, as a naturalist, that would have about killed me, but I'd have done it. And he did. He scrambled ashore. They found signs of human activity, frankly. There were people there before them, but they shot some birds, did some plant collecting and other things. And one of the guys who was shooting brought this bird back to him. And it had a dark front and a crest. And he thought, wait a minute, haven't I seen that bird somewhere? That was the bird that Mark Catesby featured. It's different, but it's enough alike that I'm going to claim that's America. And that's not the blue jay, but that's a jay. We'll name it later. Came back to Russia. They claimed it. And of course, Russian-Alaska was Russian-Alaska for a long, long time, right? To what, 1862? And then they sold it for not much money to the United States of America. Remember Seward's father. What's the name of that bird? Of course we call it Stellar's jay. And that's one of those things that happens when you got somebody who's really good at naming things. You can name it in their honor. Now, who came up with the naming system? We got to be fair and reasonable, so we got to work this guy in. I know he didn't come to Carolina, but I got to get him in. Who's responsible for scientific naming system, the binomial nomenclature system that we use today? Carolus Linnaeus, Carl Linnaeus, 1707 to